Friday night. Time for crafts and pure delight. Paper, scissors, let's get started. With vintage tape, we'll be wholehearted. Every honey deserves her day in the sun. With enamel dots, we're ready for fun. Layer in circles and punch stars too. In the Late Night Crafty Club, it's all for you. Glue sticks ready, let's make a plan. Planners in the office, supplies in hand. Honey half-season, whimsy arrows, crafting magic like true heroes. Every honey deserves her day in the sun. With enamel dots, we're ready for fun. Layer in circles and punch stars too. In the Late Night Crafty Club, it's all for you. Doodads and gumballs, let's create a scene. Join the club where we live our dreams. So grab your scissors and come along. Together we'll craft and sing our song. Every honey deserves her day in the sun. With enamel dots, we're ready for fun. Layer in circles and punch stars too. In the Late Night Crafty Club, it's all for you. It's all for you. Slip into jammies, grab something to sip. Stickers and golden scissors, let's take a crafty trip. The playbook's open with listers got a list. In this crafty paradise our dreams coexist. Every honey deserves her day in the sun. With enamel dots, we're ready for fun. Layer in circles and punch stars too. In the Late Night Crafty Club, it's all for you. It's all for you. Cards and pockets display our creativity. 32-pound paper, so smooth and buttery. Scraps your cards, help your ideas flow. What will you make during the Late Night Crafty Show? Hearts and pockets display our creativity. 32-pound paper, so smooth and buttery. Scratch your cards, help your ideas flow. What will you make during the Late Night Crafty Show? It's all for you. It's all for you.
Hello, hello, hello! Welcome to the Late Night Crafty Club! I am so happy to see your little faces as you gather. I have my little chat room here, and I'm so happy to see you. It's Friday night. It is a rescheduled Late Night Crafty Club. We were supposed to meet last Friday. Sorry about that. We had all kinds of technical difficulties. I know we just make it look so smooth and professional around here. But we were unable to get this. We had multiple issues. First, we had the plague at our house, which is unusual because both of us are. We never get sick. You know why? Because we never go out in public. But Mark ventured out one time to go out in public, and he brought home the plague. And then he has spent just days and days and days and days working out our whole technology. So he is actually back to his old tricks where he controls the show. I am literally not doing anything. He is doing it all. So And he's been trying to work out all those little bugs where you guys would see a lot of spinning and like dropped frames. So hopefully I sound better. I, look better, as much as as much as can be done with the whole, the connectivity issues and all of that good stuff. So that is what we're hoping will fix some of the problems, is all that he has done, and taking things back over again. So we'll see. But let's say hi to our friends in the chat room, shall we? Hello, Miss Lee, first one here. Hello, Miss Terry. Hi, Marie. Hello, Misty. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Lorette. Hi, Miss Deb. Hello, Melanie. Hi, Robin. Hi, Edie. Hi, Kimberly. Hello, Miss Robin. Hi, Ray. Hi, Jenny B. Hello, Denise. Hello, Bren. Hello, Shelly. Hello, Grandelia. Hello, Miss Shelly. Hello, Jenny. Welcome. Jenny is a newbie. We are so happy to have you here. Welcome to the Late Night Crafty Club. Hello, Miss Stephanie. Hello, Floor. Hello, Kathleen. Hello, Arlen. Hello, Miss Sharon. Hi, Mary. Shabbat shalom to you, sister. Hello to Miss Denise. Hello, Victoria. Hello to Chris. Hello, Chris. Hello to Mary. Hi, Miss Kelly in Minnesota. Hi, Patricia. Hi, Bethany. Hello, Miss Bonnie. Hi, Sherry. Hello, Miss Melanie. And Melanie, 2 Melanies in a row. Hello, Miss Gail. Hello, Sherry. Hello, Shelly K. Hello, Diana. Hello, Pearl Ann. Hi, Joanne. Hi, Miss Darlene. Hello, hello, Miss Shelly. Hello. One second. Where's my little notebook? I have my little cheat sheet. I just want to make sure that I have. Okay, so I don't have that name. Miss Bible Journaling Tips and Tricks. Hello to you. Hello, Ellen. Hi, Darlis. Hello, Sarah. Hi, Shar. I'm so sorry. I have it written down, okay? I'm supposed to respond to you. I'm so sorry. The plague. The plague, it got me. I shall and I will respond to you. You were so kind as to reach out to me as I requested, and then I was rude. I just snubbed you. I am so terribly sorry. Hello, Miss Jennifer. Let's see. Let me keep going back. Hi, Anita. Hi, Helen. Hi, Bertie. Hello. Hi, Jan. Hi, Annabelle. You guys are talking about the little honeys in the corners of the screen. Yes, that was Mr. Mark getting all that all set up. They look pretty chill, huh? They're just hanging out. They're just hanging out. It's like let me see, where's my finger? There, it's like I can poke her right in the stomach. Nope. Poke her. No, it actually doesn't really work that way, does it? It just kind of goes behind her. Let's see. Well, Jenny, I am glad you're excited. It's fun to find a little place on YouTube to craft with people. So that's the point of this show, is that it gets you grabbing a little project of your choice and joining us for some craftiness. We all do different little projects. I do have a project or printables, if you will, that you can print out and craft along. That is completely optional. Hello, Miss Karen Newman. And, oh, Jennifer, she says she's so excited to have found you again after years. I'm back. I took a wee little break, but I'm back, and I'm so happy that you're back. I'm glad you found me again. I'm happy you're here. Hello, Miss Jennifer Gober. Hello, Debbie Farnham. Hello, Deborah Peterson. Diana. Thank you, Diana. I am now adding you to my book. If you use a super secret YouTube name and you let me know your name, your real name, I will add you. I'm trying to hold on to this book now. Sometimes I'll just write it on a scrap piece of paper, and then, you know how that goes. it disappears, doesn't it? So I tend to be pretty good. I do lock it in, especially if you're consistent on showing up, I will lock it in. It's so funny of what I don't remember, but there's some crazy things that I will. So funny. There you are, Miss Janice. Good to see you up in Canada, eh? Thank you, Shelley. She says, I love your song. Yes, those girls are cute. Oh, Jenny says, I'm usually afraid to speak in the chat. Me too. I never, ever, ever, hardly ever do that. So I'm glad you outed yourself. Thank you very much for doing so, for being brave enough to do so. Hi, Sandra Pitts. Good to see you. Oh, Miss 120100. It's such a catchy YouTube name. Yay, you're back. I missed you too. I'm so glad you're here. If you want to give me your name, that would sure be a lot easier than saying Miss 12011100. That's a very coded name. You're definitely trying to hide from the YouTube police with that name. Hi, Elma. Good to see you. Hi, Jen. Jen's Crafts and Journals. I love those of you who have very crafty names. I love that. That's very dedicated to your passion, your hobby, your creativity. Love that. And hi, Amy Hoffman. Okay, there you go. Thanks. You don't have to change your name. You just let me know. You can stay in your anonymous state. I have no problem with that. But if you want to tell me what your name is, I will address you by your name because it just stays in our chat room. Then you can just be anonymous on YouTube. I have a super secret name on YouTube too. You guys, there are times where I will be watching YouTube under one of my, I have like 4 or 5 Reset Girl channel names because Mark has used them for different reasons. And there's been a few times where I have been tempted to say something, and then I'll think, this comment's going to live forever on YouTube. And how would you feel if someone saw this comment on this video? It's in your community. What would you think? So that will often make me think. Ugh. So that is what an anonymous channel is for. So that, but I don't do that. I do not go around. I'm not a keyboard warrior. Not at all. It's just, I just don't want people coming onto my channel and looking at it, So I do like being anonymous. And, so YouTube gave you that name. YouTube has little, we're moving. Everybody hold hands. We're shifting. We're shifting. I just noticed that. Okay. So girls, and Chris, we're catching up because I had a scheduled, Late Night Crafty Club, and then I had to reschedule. We are having another one next Friday because that is the scheduled Late Night Crafty Club for February. And I didn't want to shift those around. I don't want to get in that habit of shifting everything because of one being rescheduled. So next Friday, be here or be square. And then 2 weeks from then, I will have another one. So there is a new Late Night Crafty Club calendar that has been updated. If you are on the Late Night Crafty Club newsletter, I sent that out last night, or Mark did, and it would have informed you of that update. So if you want to get on our newsletter list so that we remind you the night before a Late Night Crafty Club, because all of us need reminders, am I right? That's all I do is I just send you like, hey, here's the schedule for the month. Here's that link to the calendar. And the second one, I sometimes will give you a printable sometimes, a discount code sometimes. So that is the benefits of being on that particular newsletter. Now, I did send out my monthly newsletter last night to the Reset Girl newsletter. I was pretty proud of it. It took me all day. Eventually, I'd like to close that gap. So it maybe just takes me a couple hours to do a newsletter. Oh, my Lanta. So, but it was worth it. So if you are on my newsletter list, I sent you a lovely newsletter. I put my heart into it because that is the theme of our February content in the clubhouse, in the newsletter community, the Reset Girl community. Here on the Late Night Crafty Club, I will be weaving that in. It's about creative love. So love for our creativity, showing love to our creative gifts, a little love to ourselves, because sometimes we are our toughest critics. Am I right? Man, I am so hard on myself. Did not realize that. The older I get, the harder I am. You'd think it would work the other way around. But I did include a little printable for you. I have made another art print. So I have envisioned this is the year of building a little mini art gallery. And so now I have sent out 2 into the world. And if I have my top-down camera, there we go. This is what it looks like. It is a little 6x6 art print. It is a combination of our little girl from last month with her little butterfly wings. I adore her so much. Oh my gosh, this girl has my heart. She's one of our honeys, and I gave her wings and a little crown, and I adored this girl. And this is actually part of the cover of the activities pages that we have. I took those and her, and I kind of reconfigured them. And this was my fun little collage I did. So I gifted this to you because you guys have my heart. You guys, I just love you to pieces. So those of you who have stuck to my little, neglected newsletter list that I've had for the last 10 years, it is a gift to you. It is because you have labored in the trenches, holding out on my newsletter list. And I appreciate that. So I tend to think in terms of that as I wanted you to have a little something. So that was what I sent out along with a playlist. I curated a lovely, yummy, warm, vintage love song playlist. It's full of Louis Armstrong and Ella Fitzgerald. It is just scrumptious. And I just envision you listening to it while you're crafting and journaling in your cozy craftivity journal, which is also what I want to talk to you about tonight. I wanted to give you a preview of the February issue and warmly invite you into the clubhouse. If you join the Explore membership tonight, this is your last chance to get the January Cozy Craftivity Journal. It technically would be free to you, along with all of the printables I just released for the girls in the tea party that I just hosted. You would get all of the January content for free because I'm about to close January, the little doors to all the content, and it will no longer be accessible. So tonight is the last night to get all of that, and technically it'd be free because February's content is available, it's open, and you will get your February journal and all of that good stuff coming, and you still get your little mitts on the January stuff. So I'm just letting you know, you can jump into that Explorer membership, which is the top tier membership. It comes with the journal every month. It comes with it's an upgraded membership, and it has a private live stream with me once a month, and it is going to be it's kind of more of a membership. I think that if you are looking to, I would say, have a little bit more accountability with your goals and your self-care, and you're looking to, because I think of things like that as investments. When I have that mentality, I tend to be more accountable with it, and I don't kind of blow it off. So yeah, that's what I'm treating it as, and I'm trying to really help you take care of you. That's my goal. So I made some lovely bonus goal sheets so that you could have these all year long, and that was something fun extra I put together for my first tea party, and so that's in there. So just saying, this is be the great night to do it, because you're on the cusp of the month turning over, and then January goes away. So, do I have some new girls that have joined me? Let me see here. Just me checking. Hi, Shonda. Good to see you. Good to see your little face. Happy to see you. And looking through the little names. That's all I'm doing is checking names right now. And you are Kelly Anderson. Thank you. She says, it's a great value. So the journal's normally $10. So basically you're just paying $5 more to be part of the membership. So that's, I don't know, do the math. Come on. Okay, that's all I have to say for right now. Hi, Lori M. Hi, Gail Letters. Okay, so moving on. I will go over the little cozy journal shortly. I'm going to give a little time, a little extra time, because sometimes people are running a little late. And why don't you guys let me know in the chat room what you plan to work on tonight? I am going to be doing, drum roll, I'm going to be doing Dress the Honeys. I'm super excited. Do you guys remember when I did the playbook? The Dress the Honeys page? So, in the activities, the bonus pages, which you can pick up in our store, they're right here. This is them. I have a sheet in here that is the Dress the Honeys sheet. These honeys were hand drawn for us. And she is my model. She is my muse for February. She is all over the place in the Cozy Craftivity Journal. And so I absolutely loved doing the Dress the Honey page. Now, why do I call it Dress the Honey? Because it's a little bit more fun than just saying color in this page. But what I discovered is that I didn't just like color them in. I would use scrap paper and I would make them clothes, kind of like making paper doll clothes and then dressing them. And I am super inspired right now because I have just binged watched, okay, it's more like binge listened my way through like 14 seasons of Project Runway. So I feel like I am completely locked and loaded. That is like my favorite TV show. I have watched all of those seasons over and over and over and over and over again over the years. Like from the time it first premiered onward, I have watched so many times. I've watched that show. I never get tired of it. Sometimes I'll take a break for a few years and then I'll come back to it, or take a year off and I'll come back to it. And then sometimes not. I just find it super, super inspiring. I love watching shows that are just, filled with creativity, and I find it inspiring to watch people, use their talent on that level. Of course, under pressure like that is amazing. How many of you are Project Runway fans? Because I feel like this is where I channel all of my, this is where I channel all of that I love so much. Ellen says that she did the Dress the Honeys immediately. That was her first thing. Awesome. Patricia says, I love Project Runway. Oh, Jen says she used to do that work, that the Julie netting stamps. Her name sounds familiar. That name sounds so familiar. I'm not a big stamper, so I don't know all the names, but that name sounds familiar. Like she's an old school name. Like that's like a name that goes back. The paper piecing. Ray says, every time I watch Project Runway, I think I could make designer clothes with my limited sewing school skills. I know. I was telling Mark, I'm ready to get my sewing machine out of the storage. I learned sewing in the 8th grade, and I have made clothes over the years, here and there, like simple clothes, like simple dresses and like lots of pajama pants. But I am the worst. I am so terrible. Like I will have to re-sew something so many times. I don't know what it is. Like I don't really know. I will try to pay attention, but somehow I will sew things like backwards or inside out. I'm terrible. I don't know what my problem is. I'm the worst. But I've sewn like curtains and just kind of like simpler things, but I do know how to. But yes, I feel you, Ray. I'm ready to get back in there again after watching it. Deb says it's coming back with Heidi. I heard that. So Tim and Heidi went on to do Making the Cut, and I did watch I think I watched like the first season of that, and I didn't find it to be as compelling. Like for some, it just wasn't the same. And I did hear that they are going to come back to Project Runway, and I did start watching. Like Project Runway has had quite a journey, hasn't it? Because it started on Bravo, and then it went to Lifetime, and then it came back to Bravo. So it has really changed, changed all those iterations of it. And then I definitely think it has had a different feel or vibe as it's made those changes. And Claire, Mark pointed out that I missed your little face. Pip pip and cheerio to you across the pond, my friend. I'm glad that you're here. Deb says that my home ec teacher asked me to take woodshop where I do less damage. Oh, that's funny. Denise says the recap show where they hate each other is too much stress, right? Most of the time I skip those. I don't ever watch the first episode where they do the casting, and I don't usually watch that reunion show because I'm not interested in that. I actually like Project Runway because it doesn't really have a lot of the drama stuff on it, because I think they're just too busy working. I'm not interested in that kind of part of like reality TV. I just love what they come up with. It is so spectacular and inspiring to me. And I've been really thinking about it as I've been watching it. Like, what can I draw from this for my own little journey, especially because I asked in January, as fresh beginnings, I started asking that question. It's like, what inspires you? What do you really think about? And I personally, when I got to visit New York City, I've been there 5 times. There's so many things about being there that was inspiring, and the architecture is a huge inspiration for me. I absolutely love things like that. If I were, doing even paper crafting, when I think about like what draws my eye, what do I grab for, those kinds of things, like it really made me start thinking and analyzing what is my aesthetic? What do I like? So I think those are like fun things and worth like asking yourself, because as soon as you start like elevating your thoughts beyond like, I like scrapbooking, like elevating it beyond that to think about like, I'm a paper crafter. I'm a paper designer. I work with paper. I'm a paper artist. When you start kind of elevating that thought process beyond, I just use, because I do that too. I kind of feel like you're not celebrating the true gift that you're cultivating. It's almost a little bit denigrating what you're actually capable of. Some women are just so incredible with paper and color and all those tools. But when you ask them, they'll say, well, I'm a scrapbooker. But I think that's such a small word when you think about what you're doing. I mean, when you put someone to the test, these people are calling themselves designers, and I think, but isn't that what you're doing, but with paper? So I don't know. I don't know. There's just something to me that I think when we really look at what we're doing is that we should really hold our gifts a little higher than just thinking about it in terms of like a hobby or a craft, That was my thought. Project Runway makes me think a lot. So, and I like that. I like being challenged to think about how, if I had 30 minutes to run into mood, and by the way, I made a point of going into mood twice, 2 different times visits there. And I did get to see Swatch, the dog. But I did make sure to go because that was so exciting, because it's like such a big feature of the show, and I really wanted to see it. And I got my mood bag and everything. It was almost like you're visiting a celebrity, the store itself. It was really exciting to be there. So Shelly K says she's decorating the backs of her TRG praise scripture tags with paper and ephemera. Right on, Miss Shelly K. Denise says that being 6 foot, Denise, you're so tall. In high school, I had to make my wardrobe. I'm sure you did. My goodness, that's tall like a model. So, yeah, I'm sure you did, but I bet you're a really good seamstress at the same time, especially because you've been doing it so long. Bethany says, I also took a sewing class in the 8th grade. I, however, managed to blow the lights in the school by poking a pin into the machine. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you because that's something I would do. And I took it in the 8th grade too. And I still have a little apron I made. I made an apron and some shorts. Culottes, actually. Do you remember that? How many of you guys took home ec? I think a lot of us Gen Xers and boomers took home ec. I think that was just so normal. I took home ec in high school and I took sewing in junior high. Hi, Linda Haskins. Hi, Benita. Benita with your gorgeous little scrapbook room. Hi, Dixie Rogers. Kelly says, I've started referring to myself as a maker, and that feels more right to me than a scrapbook or crafter. I love that, Kelly. I think maker sounds like a good word. I don't know. I feel like it's... Oh, Deb, is it true? I figured that was true. I didn't know for sure, but I figured it had to be. He was getting up there. Oh, poor Swatch. Wasn't that so exciting the first time he showed up in the series? And then you got to just see him just go along, getting older. Yeah. Yes to home ec, Shar says. Melanie says, yep, 2 years of it. Flora says, home ec was so much fun for me. Yes to home ec. Yes to home ec. Shelly K says, sometimes others can imply it's not for real art if we're not getting paid for it. Pish posh, right? And also, I think Etsy would disagree because a lot of women who just enjoyed art, I think found that like, hey, I'm not saying that it's like a job, right? But some women would find like that they enjoyed making something so much that they would take it to a craft fair or participate in like a craft bazaar at their kid's school or their church or open a little Etsy store. I mean, it's so fantastic, all the opportunities that someone who has a creative talent can do if they want to, you know? And it still isn't necessarily a job or career. It's just like a nice way to make money, especially if someone really likes your stuff. And I loved going to little craft bazaars and just buying like homemade earrings and bracelets. I would so much rather buy someone's handmade jewelry than buy something off of Amazon any day. Home ec was my favorite part of high school, Susan says. I only wanted to cook in home ec before girls could even take shop. I don't know that girls weren't allowed to take shop, but I don't think girls ever took shop when I was in high school. Oh, well, I'm glad you're here, Victoria. It's good to see you. You guys made liver in home ec? What kind of monster was your teacher? She's trying to traumatize you guys. That's something that your mother would do to you. On some like great occasion like Christmas Eve. You guys eat your liver or you can't have your Christmas presents. I still give my mom so much grief because for some reason she decided one year on Halloween night when we were kids to give us quiche for dinner for the first time, quiche. And it was to me at that time, I love quiche now, but as a child, it was so horrible. It was squishy in my mouth. It was the most awful texture. And I was just crying, little tears, just sitting there silently in my seat. I guess she finally broke. I couldn't eat it. And she kept telling us, you're not going out until you eat your dinner. So to this day, I love to harass her about how she traumatized her children, forcing us to eat quiche before Halloween. So don't be that mom. Don't be that grandmother. Okay. I love all the home ec talk we got going in the chat. Kelly, did you take shop class? Pearl Ann says she taught junior high home economics in the 60s. How cool. Glitter and Duct Tape says she loved home ec so much. Debbie says she failed it. Anita said she took wood shop in junior high. Right on, Anita. Go you. Chris said he took shop. Chris, what was the coolest thing you made in shop? Miss Glitter and Duct Tape, happy Friday to you, and welcome, oh welcome, to the Late Night Crafty Club. Right on, Anita. She said she loved home ec in high school and went on to take culinary arts. See how more fancy that sounds? I love that. There you go. Right, Kathy? She says, I'm surprised you eat quiche now. Exactly. All it takes is just some traumatic experience. Surprisingly, all the foods that I hated as a kid, like my grandpa, he did the same thing to me. He one time he was babysitting me and my brother, and he gave us asparagus in a can. I almost died. It was so horrible. It was so horrible. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. It was horrible. And I vowed to my little child self, I shall never eat asparagus again. And yet it's my favorite vegetable today because it is a vegetable you should not eat canned. And if you've only eaten canned asparagus, I beg of you, please try it fresh because canned asparagus is an abomination. Yeah. And then so other things like cilantro, I decided because my mom hated it when I was a kid that I needed to hate it. And now it's like my favorite thing. I bought cilantro seeds because I plan on growing just buckets of it so I don't have to buy it anymore. So yeah, it's just kind of funny how many things that not many. I was a healthy eater as a child. But it's just funny how so many things that I thought I didn't like or was traumatized over, I have overcome. I am resilient. Okay. All right. We're on the chit chat train tonight, girls. This is not how I planned it. Okay. So we're gonna get somewhere. We're gonna do some crafting. There is crafting to be done, but please be crafting. Please be doing crafting. Don't follow my bad example of just, talking and doing nothing. Okay, so before things got started, I did go through my stuff. I am a little bit more organized than I was the last time we met. The last time we did work on the room. So the last time we had the Late Night Crafty Club was 3 weeks ago. And in that 3 weeks, I didn't do very much in here at all. Same thing. I went right back to working again. Work. So I didn't do much in here. And once again, today was the first day I came back in here and started tidying up. I did buy something new for my desk to try to make it nice and tidy and neat in here. And kind of like I really wanted to try to corral my little supplies to the point where I could literally just reach across my desk and grab things. So this is kind of similar to that IKEA. I can't remember the mop. I think it's MOPP, which they brought back. So I have one. I have the fancy one, but I did buy this off of Amazon, and where'd my camera go? One moment, there you go. Okay, so this was off of Amazon, and I like this. This is more set up for stationery, but I love this little top shelf with the little sides here. I just love this. So I thought what I would do is put this up here right in front of the window, and then I would be able to put all my my little extras, my papers, this top drawer. I just want to put all my supplies that oh goodness. That's not a camera that you want to look through. There's a piece of sheet that's like that's not attractive at all across the light, which you just got to peek behind the curtain. It's not pretty. And then I have this, which came from Hobby Lobby, and currently it just has these loose little tools in it. This is not. I don't know that that's very. I don't know how helpful that one's going to be. But you know how when you go into Hobby Lobby, and I did this probably 5, 6 years ago, that's how long I've had it. Um, you just kind of look at things more like, this is cute and it has compartments. This will be good. Um, but I don't know. It's just hanging out on my desk. It's not really doing much right now. So I love this little thing though. And so I am going to make this work. I don't have a lot of, well, I actually do have a fairly large desk. So I do, but because I do all my crafting here with you, I wanted to make sure that I didn't have to keep getting up and getting things. And I wanted to make sure everything had a space when I did any kind of crafting on camera. So I thought this would be better to try and tuck everything into a unit, because I really don't, I really do have to tuck quite a few things away at the end of my end of my little craft session. All right, so so I guess we're doing camera play, back and forth, top down, looking. All right, so here's my girls. These are who I am dressing tonight, and I think I'm going to go with, we're going to name this girl, we're going to name her Kimberly after our dear friend in the community. This will be Kimberly. And, Benita, I'm going to name her after you. So we have Kimberly and Benita. Okay, so these girls, they need to, I deliberately, their clothes, a lot of the Dress the Honeys that we had drawn, I deliberately had them, like very simple garments designed for them. So that would be really easy for you to do what I'm about to do, or for you to color them in and add your own little designs. So they were very much done for that purpose. So they might look a little plain, but that's because I wanted you to have the option of doing this. Okay. So this is what I did, and I have not done this in a long time, so hopefully I'm remembering this correctly. So I have a piece of vellum here, and so what I would do is I do my little pattern here, and I just pattern over, which is just basically outlining her little garment. Here on my top garment. So Project Runway. Okay. And then I'll check it and see like how close am I to getting it, you know, did I miss any lines or anything? This is not a good pen. I don't love this. Okay, I need a different pen. That pen is kind of not, it's not smooth. I need one of those, where did I put those pens? I'm trying to think. Pen. I need a needle tip pen. See, this would be a good time for all my pens to be just conveniently placed. All right. Also, I don't know if these pens will link. What am I trying to say? Smear? Smear. Okay, let me try this. Hopefully this will not smear. I haven't done this in so long, I totally do not remember what my process was. When I look through my playbooks, my absolute favorite thing that I have done in my playbooks is do this whole Dress the Honey thing. I absolutely love. So I'm trying to remember how I would get around like the arms and stuff. I think what I'm going to do is just draw around her hands. So this little piece right here, I'm gonna just have a separate piece of skirt. I think I'm gonna try that since I don't really remember how I did it. And then there's another piece. I'll just accommodate this arm here for now. Okay, so first I'm gonna cut this up. Bye, Shar. I'll have to look up Julie Nettig. I know the name. It does sound familiar, and it does sound like a name from the past, like it's an older brand. But I don't know what particular stamps you guys are talking about. The these little paper doll type stamps, or the doll stamps. Okay, so I'm going to... So does anybody have any goals that they have successfully completed in January that they want to report on, or let us know how you did? Anything that you were working on? I actually have something that I did that I'm really happy about. It's more like a task. It's not like a... It's more like a project. I'm really off on this. How am I so off? I had an inbox that was like 3,500 emails in my inbox, and I am now down to 25. It took a lot of chipping away, working on it. Chip, 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 chip. And filing some of them. And I mean, it wasn't something I could just you know, do group delete and all that. I had to like process a lot of them, and so I was pretty happy with myself. Okay, we're going shopping at Mood, everybody. I'm not giving myself 20 minutes to shop though. I'm currently, I don't know if you have Prime, Amazon Prime, they have all of the seasons of Project Runway. Well, I should take that back. They have seasons 1 through 16 on Prime Amazon. I know that they're past that, but those are on there, which I was really surprised to see that many in one spot. That's kind of unusual. This is one of the things I love is using ephemera to make their clothes. That's a really fun thing. Stuff like that. So I'm going to try and use that. I also have like a letter. Some ephemera like this where it's a... See, Amy, you and I were so similar. She says I have 3.8 thousand unread. A lot of mine, okay, I'm sorry. They weren't all unread. But you and I are very similar then in how we are not processing our email. So a lot of mine were open. I just don't do anything about it. And I think that's a terrible habit I have, you know, is like, it's like opening your mail and then you just lay it down. It's like, it's just letting it stack up or pile up. So I'm a piler, and that's pretty much what my inbox was like. It was like a pile. And then, you know, then there's the unopened stuff. So if you have Google, which I'm using Google, like Gmail, I started setting up all those filters so that you could have things automatically labeled, and I could figure out like what really matters to me the most. What can I just unsubscribe from? I had so many things I was subscribed to because I was trying to get a lot of, you know, business advice, how to build better websites, better memberships, all kinds of stuff like that, businessy stuff. And after a while, I realized I have just gotten way too much content coming into my inbox. I can't process all of it. I have too much of it. It's like you have too much chatter in your head after a while that you can't focus on anything anyone's telling you. Ooh, this is the stuff that we scanned to make sculpture cards. This is exactly those letters. So cool. This is so cute. This is a little, I think this is a little Boy Scout. This is for God and Country. National Jamboree. Greater Cleveland Council, Troop 449, Parma, Ohio. Yeah, and it's got the little stamp, Boy Scouts of America. These ones. Do I want her to have checks? I like this the most. I think I want to keep that. How do I want to embellish things? Yep, Amy says most of it's junk and I do the same. Even if I star them, I don't go back. So I made a little system for myself. I have a label called Awesome Emails. If it's an email where somebody has like given excellent advice, something that is like really moves me, or something I want to like, that inspires me, something I want to apply to my business, like just something that's really unique, they'll get the label Awesome Email. And that way I know that that's my little awesome email collection. And that's the stuff that like, it really touched my heart in some way, something I want to apply to the Reset Girls, something that, you know, really makes a difference. So, because I hear you, the star doesn't seem to move the dial either. Like after a while, I'm like, what does the star even mean anymore? Okay, so I'm looking through my little box. Ooh, cork. I love that cork. This cork got a workout in all of the little Camp Reset projects and stuff, the little journals. Wood grain, a wood grain skirt. What if she had a wood grain skirt and a top that was this billing? That would be sweet. And then she would be paired with this girl. Now, the only thing is like, does it matter? Because this feels very summery. Should they be dressed appropriately for the season? It is February. Does it matter? Do I care? Do I normally? Does that like, stuff like that does tend to bother me, but should it matter for this project? Probably not. I mean, this is just paper. This would be kind of a fun skirt too. This dual purpose engineering document card. This is so old school. This looks like microfiche. So if I cut this out, kind of a weird color though. I think this top, I don't know. I think this skirt would be cuter. But that would be, ooh, this would be a challenge. I like a challenge. You make it work kind of challenge. Let's make it work. And then I could get an embellishment for her from this little book, like some little cactus type flowers, right? That could be fun. See, this is like the stuff that I think is so fun, is like trying to challenge myself to cut it in a certain way to make it kind of funky. All right, we're going to do the skirt out of this paper because it has this really interesting seam right here, which I love trying to work with that little seam. I've done it in another project. So the trick here, ooh, look at that. It's like it was meant to be. All right, I need to cut it a little longer because I did cut it too short for the actual length of her skirt. I hear Tim gun in my head right now. Designers. Okay, So we're going to make it a little. And then what was the other problem too? Not only was it too short, but it was there, the divot for her hand. So I need to fix that, and I need to fix this. Oh goodness. Hopefully I did that okay. I think I did it okay. There, and I can always write over it again with her hand to carve out the fingers again. There. Perfection. And glue that down so I don't lose my place. Okay. Oh my Lanta. Chris, are you serious? 87,000 unread emails. Is that on an account that you never ever use? Oh my goodness. How old is that account? I'm surprised they don't cut you off for email abuse. Inbox abuse. Okay, so there's the bottom of her skirt. I got that going on. I'm serious. This totally makes me feel like a Project Runway designer. This is this little tiny thing that I do that totally makes me feel like I'm channeling my inner designer. I absolutely love Dress the Honeys, which is why we have had a actual graphic designer, sorry, an illustrator draw these for us. I think we have more being drawn. If I'm correct, I think he's drawing more. I want to have them put into a book and have it printed to Amazon. So I think that would be really cool. I want to use this map for something. Wonder if I could have her have like a bag or part of her, like, see how it's like perfectly be part of her top. Okay, I'm gonna keep. I feel like with that many emails, you would just need to just explode it all. It's like no time for reading anything, no time for processing. It's just choose all and hit delete. Choose all, hit delete. Linda says, I just worked on cleaning my email. I now have only 2,000 left. I feel so much better. I feel so much better. I know I'm not the only one like this. It's just one of those weird things. It's like either you're not opening it and they pile up depending on what it is. So if you set up some, little rules for yourself, if you take time to do that, especially with Gmail, it has like little, really simple little steps that you can create a filter. You can send things straight to like archive and it never even goes into your inbox if you wanted to. Now I ask myself why, if something does that, what would be an example of something that you'd always want to just go archive and not actually open it and read it? So it could be something that's like from a company or an agency that, like, what would be an example of something you would just want to archive and not necessarily have to open it all, but you would know where it was. You could always access it in a folder. Mark, what would be an example of something like that? Because I know you do that all the time. Is that too much yellow? Those are all my pictures.
Like advertisements from Sticker Mule?
Advertisements from Sticker Mule, but what if you miss a sale if you do that? Won't you miss a sale?
I checked their website.
I mean, they're kind enough to send you their sale, and then you're sitting there just ignoring them and sending it to your... I like that. I like this. I think I want to go with this as my top. Okay, so what do I got to do? So this other part is the top part of the skirt. But what if the top part of the skirt... do I want it to be this? Yeah, I do. We'll keep going with this top part of the skirt. Now, if you notice, the top part of the skirt actually kind of almost fits in that little space too. That was very fortuitous. Now, the question is, how do I cut this? I'm gonna put this on the back of the page like this. I'm gonna line it up. I'm gonna line the top part of it up with this. I'm just guessing how I'm gonna do this. I don't know what the right thing to do here is. I'm just guessing. All I know is I want to get the seam is straight down the middle. Oh gosh, I hope this works. I don't want to get sent home. You know, I don't want to be Heidi and Nina to send me home because my design sucks. That's all I know. I told Mark that I could never go on that show. It would just be too difficult. It would be too brutal. I would cry. I would just not be able to compose myself. Well, that was terrible cutting. Okay, so I think, what am I accommodating? I'm accommodating her hand. There we go. So, a little bit like that. It's a little harder than I thought. I feel like I could, now that I'm doing this, I'm like, yes, I'm back in the saddle. I don't mind that it's not perfect. In fact, it looks kind of cool that way, almost like it has that kind of offset outline style, which is very mid-century modern to me. So I kind of like it. It's a little imperfect. Well, Amy, thank you. I'm glad I'm glad that I don't make it through your filter. I'm glad that I bypass the filters. She said that she so here's a tip, everybody, but this doesn't apply to TRG. Just when I go through my no spend efforts, I'll filter all my sticker and card companies into a folder. So there would be an example of something that you would just send to archive versus letting it go into your inbox. I don't want to unsubscribe, but I don't want to be tempted either. And then take Amy's advice. She never does that with TRG. Sometimes I have to break up with people because they send way too much email. Like I just got on somebody's email list because I wanted to go to like an Etsy summit. The day I got on her email list, she sent me 2 emails. The next day she sent me 3 emails. Today I wake up and there's 4 emails. Like, girl, we barely know each other. Let's warm up to this friendship, shall we? It's crazy. That's just too much. That is too much. I'm good at, like, if you send me if once a week, I feel like is okay with some of this marketing behavior. I do not do that to you guys. That is obnoxious. I don't even do once a week with you girls. But if I did, it would not be to sell. It would be for other reasons. Like I would try to make it fun. I don't know. That's a lot. That's a lot. There's a reason why she's a cajillionaire, and it's because she spends all her time emailing people. Okay, I got my skirt. I'm pretty excited by this. So I'm just gonna re-outline her hand because it'll make it look like it was part of the actual like design. Like cheating a little bit. And then I'm going to redraw the top of that. Now we're going to do her top. Okay. So the only thing here is I do wish I had paper that had, this is why I love the bottom of the paper strips, because they can make such interesting, you know, like, what do you call it? Like trim. In this case, it's going to be clothing. So it would make a really cool trim. So do I have any more of it is the question. Do I have any more? That's cute. How could I use that? Okay, what was this? This is going to be this and this. So I think like this color combination and this together side by side is going to be so cute. It's going to be so cute. I'm just thinking how I could, could I use a tag, like a tab? Would that be, an embellishment I could use? Because all I need to do is have it go across her middle. Let's make it work, right? Come on, designers. Let's make it work. Okay, so let's cut out her top and then we'll see if maybe we could use like this one right here. It's too close to that part work. I love this graphic with the little this. I don't know if the lines going across would like be too obnoxious. It's almost like it would be a belt. Okay, so let's move that away. I also love this feed your craft, this little thing here. So I want to keep that in mind as well as a possibility. It's always fun to add graphics. Oh, she could have like something on her shirt. Maybe I want to make her a t-shirt that says feed your craft. Let's get her top going here. So we'll use the thickest part of our paper here. All right, let me know in the chat room, what are y'all working on? What are you crafting tonight? Okay, how am I going to do this again? That's the bottom of it. I just go across. I'll just go straight across. Okay. And we're cutting down here. Now, I have to cut out that little part in her arm. Okay. So there's her top. And I'm going to cut this band off here. There. So what I'm going to do to make this faster is I'm going to glue this on here first. So it gives it a little waistband. For Miss Kimberly here. Okay, and then what I like to do for this piece of it is I want to redraw some of the lines on her top so it gives her dimension and she doesn't look like she's like flat. So I'm redrawing some of the lines here. This will give her like, gives it wrinkles back in her outfit and gives it like she's not a flat one-dimensional kind of gal, you know what I mean? How cute is that? So that is how you dress a honey. I have officially demonstrated this this process so that you could recreate your own version if you want to. I absolutely love doing this. It's far more fun than just coloring them in, because it's more challenging and it's more exciting because okay, so that's that one. Now, before I go any further, I do like to add a little like jewelry and stuff like that. Oh, and I'm also going to color her in. Am I going to add a crown? I am so obsessed with the crowns lately. I might do that. That one actually is the circumference of her head. So I might do that. That one's not long enough. Or, sorry, wide enough, I should say. This is a weird thing I just found. It's got this little strip of paper that's glued to it. I don't know why. That must be an accident. But it makes such an interesting little panel for the front of her shirt. Kind of by accident, huh? Okay, so if I make a neckline, so let me make this a little more narrow. And then trying to figure out, my brain is not wanting to help me out here. But what if I don't cut it at all? What if I just glue it down and not fuss with it? Just, it doesn't have to be perfectly shaped to her neck because it's more abstract, right? It's paper scraps. And that's what makes it kind of fun. That is freaking ridiculous. That is so cute. Sorry, I was looking up there thinking I was going to see. I'm looking in the wrong place. There it is. That is so freaking cute. And I love that color. I love that print. I think something similar to this would actually catch my eye at the store. All right. Bye, Floor. It was good to see you. All right, so I see quite a few. Okay, so we got quite a few people working on, well, we have a few people working on cards. Robin is getting ready for her craft show. Benita is trying to do the puzzle in the February activity pages. Jennifer's working on a vision board. Oh, Margaret, I bet that's going to turn out cool. You're working on it. She's doing a diorama for display. Are your little Fisher Price friends part of that diorama? Karen is decluttering. Lauren says, this makes me want to design Traveler's Notebook covers again. Do it, Lauren, do it. Jen says, I'm puzzling how to get Christmas decor in the boxes I want to use for storage. Janice is organizing some paper crafting stuff. Organizing can be very fun, and it's very therapeutic. And he says it's so relaxing watching someone craft. It definitely can be. It can be watching someone else do stuff, isn't it? So, all right. So we're gonna move on. I don't know how I feel about her shoes, but I think I'll worry about that when I get there. When I get to the part where I'm in coloring mode. That'd be kind of fun to have gold shoes. All right, let's move on to the next outfit. Let's get her skirt cut. Now, I want to keep this little thing here on the strip of the bottom of her skirt that says Day Sunshine. So we want to keep that. So let's cut her pattern. See how fast this goes? It doesn't take very long. Good night, Linda. It does not take long at all. Ooh. First of all, it's very important that you actually follow the lines of your own sketch. I just realized either I'm a terrible tracer or I'm a terrible cutter, because I had all kinds of problems with that. It was definitely not the right size. I had to do a lot of little edits and tweaks after I was done. Okay, this is Miss Benita. And she is getting... Good night, Bethany. She's getting this skirt. So we're going to give... Woo! We're going to give her... Okay, so if you can see, I am getting this as close to the edge as I can, so I can get as much of the text on here as I can. Okay, I think I'm going to cut this out, and I think I'm going to do my ad for the Cozy Craftivity Journal. Look how cute her skirt is. Let me trim that a little bit. It's a little crooked. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. This just brings me back to the playbook days. It is like a playbook all over again. Okay. So there's her skirt. All right, so let's just take a moment, just a moment. Okay, so let me take you through, because I have them right here in my hand. Let me take you through the activity pages first. So I just want to show you that I did do a couple changes to the activity pages, and I wanted to show those to you. So these are like pages you can add to the Cozy Craftivity Journal. They're an add-on, so that you can kind of make your journal more like a playbook, like a really beefy book. There's 24 pages this time, and that's in addition to the journal. And last month I had 18 pages for the activities, so this time I beefed it up. I added a lot of bonus coloring pages. So I have them printed here as an 8.5 by 11, but you can also print them as a happy planner size, which is how I think I would prefer to have everything in the smaller format. So I asked for this size too, but I also did just demonstrate to you that it can be smaller. The reason why they look a little different in color is because I have two different printers printing these off for me. So this was a laser and this is an inkjet, hence the different shades. So the activity pages have a mood board or inspiration board, And the prompt is right here. So this prompt is the cozy life. So here would be your little inspiration board for you to build for the cozy life. And this one is my style. So, and if you don't love these prompts, you can always just easily cover it up with something that does inspire you for the month of February. Then this day was, this is just a cute little way of just recording like what your day was like. But winter is the prompt here. These are art journaling pages. So you can, kind of, what's the word? What is the word? You can express whatever the word winter means to you, however you want to express that with whatever materials you want to do that with here. So there's winter, soft, your word for the year, and February. And then the small space creating, which I think is a super fun way of creating when you are, you want to do things in a small space, in very limited time. It doesn't take very much time to fill in a square. So you can use this for doodling, stamping, using your sticker collection, but you've got all these little spaces to fill in for the month. There is a little Valentine word scramble this time around. So I thought that would be fun. I did not create this word scramble. I got it from somewhere and put it in here. So this is a Creative Love word search. It's got, I think there's 100 terms here or 80 terms. I can't remember how many. I think there's 100 or 80. That's a lot. It's a pretty big word search. So it'll keep you occupied for a while. And then we have the whole Dress the Honey. So that's would be on this side. So I made a tweak to these activity pages I didn't think about for January. So I'm sorry about that. But I made each page blank on the back in this version, and I wanted to let you know why. It even tells you why it's left blank. If you use alcohol pens because you like coloring with those, you will need a blank page on the back. Otherwise the ink will go right through it to the other side. Those are very robust ink pens, and I didn't think about that mostly because I didn't have any at the time, so I didn't consider
I was going to hand them to you, but I don't know where they went.
they're right here at my feet. So if using pencils, the coloring crayons, I think even watercolor type pens, they don't tend to be bleeders, but nonetheless, it just would work much better if you had blank pages. So going forward, the coloring pages will be blank on the back, so you can use whatever you want to use to do them. So this particular coloring book page is an Instagram picture of mine that we had an illustrator redraw for me. It's a picture of my washi in my bowl, which I love this picture. And there's the little, see that right there on my wall, this other way, that clipboard. This washi was sitting on that clipboard, which is why it looks like it's all fanned out. That's what it was sitting on when I took it. So, and then we have all these cute little, cozy little scenes to color in. I absolutely love these little cozy pictures and artworks that are like really simple and easy to color in. They're really fun. So that is why I wanted to make sure there was lots of fun coloring pages in here. They're really easy to color. And then you have an answer key for your word search. So that is what the activity pages have this time around. And then your cozy craftivity journal, I also have it showing you in 2 sizes. So here's the classic happy planner size, and then here's the letter size. This has gotten a little makeover. It's got a different color palette, and I added different pages. There's 24 pages in this compared to, I think it was 18 pages. I can't remember now off the top of my head. So I have an intro page this time. I added more artwork. I also think I have this in the wrong order. So you have a mood board. I made a little mood board to make it more exciting and fun. And I'm so sorry, this is actually out of order. I didn't even check the pages when I did this. So I made this thing called a creative love roadmap. I wanted to make this really easy to navigate your book so that like if you were just wanted to jump in, this would kind of give you a quick way of getting engaged with the content. And then on the back side is if you have no time in your month and you feel like you're just not getting anything accomplished with the content, that this right here is your quick like jump in and quick takeaways of like what you could be doing. You have your little calendar, and then here's your gentle goals dashboard and your little habit tracker. Gentle goals are small baby step, realistic goals, things you're not going to beat yourself up over. Being very very compassionate with yourself. So taking very small baby steps, those type of things. Little baby steps is the way to go. You have a fun self-care bingo. This is a little different than traditional bingo. Any of these little activities gives you a score. So you give yourself a score at the end of the month of how well you did. So each of these things is worth a point value. So that was the self-care bingo. And then you have a self-care journal in here. And then there is a journaling corner. I find these little journaling prompts to be so helpful that I feel like doing this, you get so much out of it. It really is meant to help get you thinking and prompt you to think about things in a way maybe you wouldn't without somebody giving you a little nudge, i.e. me nudging you. And then you have 30 days of things I love. So every day you can get to record something that you love. And then you have my word for the year, goals and journaling. I think this is an excellent thing to have in here because it will help make your word effective in front of you, thinking about it every single month. We tend to pick that word at the beginning of the year and it kind of like falls off throughout the year. It stops being as powerful and effective. So this is a way to help you incorporate that word that means something to you and to help apply it in the 4 areas of your life that we picked here and kind of spelled out and gave you examples of what that would mean. And then, okay, somewhere in here, I think it's about right here. Is the February idea bank. So here's where we get crafty and creative. And that's with getting you thinking about different ways to get creative in February. So I even give you ideas. There's seasonal activities, things that you can do, like a cozy date space, happy heart hunt, things you can do that pertain to like weather and your mood. There's a reminder for the Late Night Crafty Club and the dates that we are doing them, materials that you could be exploring in your collection maybe. And then there's your mood board. I thought that would be fun. And then here's the creative love challenge. So you do you do one prompt each week and you do a little journaling prompt for each one. And then on the back side is a creative love photo challenge. I love photo challenges. And then you have a monthly memory keeper. So how does your month go? There's some prompts about the things that you loved this month. What kind of self-love practice? What were your art supplies you did, the inspiring moments that you had, and then your memory keeping February. So this could be a way of showcasing photos, journaling, doing some scrapbooking, but this is that page for that. And then you could, this page and this page come together in this one big book. So this would be altogether your big giant cozy craftivity journal altogether if you wanted to do both of them. But this is included in the explorers level membership, so you would have this. And if you join tonight, you will get January's as well, because the membership, the January content is still open right now. I'm going to close it very shortly, so you will get January's too. And you will also get the tea party that I hosted. You will get all of the printables I made for that tea party, and you will be able to watch the tea party through February 25th. So you will have that. These are going to be going away. I'm probably going to close it down a couple hours after the show ends. So I would encourage you, if you were curious, you can join it for a month and see if it fits you. If it's a good fit for you. But that's a great incentive because you would be getting those extra little perks. And I think, what else did I put in? Oh, and I put an art print in here too. So there was like an extra bonus printable in January as well. But that little door shuts at the end of the month. I close each little chapter and then the new chapter opens up so that the content is fresh again. So that would be a great time to jump on in, because I will leave it open. I'm leaving it open specifically to encourage new members. If they want to join, they can get their little mitts on that bonus material before it goes away. And those of you who are already in the membership, I want to thank you for being in the membership. And if you've gotten a chance to watch the tea party, I hope that you have already watched your replay. It's going to be available through the 25th of February. And I have a new tea party scheduled, and your content is also available, your February content in your new journal, and all that good stuff. So, hi, Penny. Hi, Michelle Spencer. It's good to see you. Hi, Justine. Oh, bye, Justine. Oh, thank you, Darlis. Victoria asked what kind of binder I'm going to use. I think I'm going to use the discs. Like, I tend to gravitate to discs. They are the easiest to craft with if you're going to craft and journal, mostly because you can kind of bend things back on themselves like this, and because you can do that with discs, I think that's why I tend to like them better, because you can do this. With binders, I mean, they're just not as flexible in that way, and that's kind of a drawback to me. I think binders are great and they have their place, but when it comes to like journaling and all that, I just feel like, I don't know. I like binders for like having a life binder, like, you know, homemaking and all of that, those type of things. I think they're fantastic for that. But I think that if I were doing journaling and crafting, I tend to think that the discs are just superior. And they're so easy to do, because all you need is a punch and the discs, and you can just make them all, you know, make them whenever you want. They're just a really great format. So, okay, that's it. My ad is over. That's all I had to say. That's all I wanted to share. So back to our honeys. Back to the honeys. Where did I put my honeys? Where are my girls? Oh, I just put them away. I just slipped them back in here. I did. How rude. Okay, that's not what I meant to do. What I like about the clubhouse and the journals is that every single month is a different theme. So each month we're going to be focused on a different messaging, different concepts. So this month is about creative love. Last month was about fresh beginnings. So, and they're kind of they kind of dovetail with each month and kind of the season, you know, of the year. And so it's going to be really, 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 I think, really fun. And each month we're building upon the month before. Not that you can't jump in at any time. But if you like a solo adventure, you can purchase the book on its own. You don't have to join the clubhouse. Okay, why am I having a hard time finding my... Because I'm looking in the wrong place. There we go. Let's get back to our girls. You can purchase the activity pages and the journal separately from the clubhouse. If you go to the resetgirl.com, you can purchase them there. Oh my, I just realized something. Okay, I thought her hand was covered. This skirt is just a wee bit wide at the top. There we go. That's better. Just a wee bit. Okay, so we got that top going on. And, no, I'm sorry, that skirt going on. Now we got to get her top on to go with this. Let me get this out of the way. Okay, now this is going to be fun because we want to figure out what do we want in here. Thank you, Miss Paper Dream Designs. So what do we want as her top? Do we want this column right here where the numbers will kind of go down the center? That would be kind of fun. Over here, there's like a bunch of words, but over here, the numbers kind of go in a more, like they're more centered. So it would look more like an intentional pattern, in my opinion. So let's do that. Let me trim all that up. There's coyotes out there, and they're loud. They sound close too. Coyotes make a really strange noise. Okay, so here's my top. Now this is going to be we'll be able to see really good where we're going to be putting it. So as you can see, the Columbus Road can be right up there at the top of her blouse and then come down. So like about right there, it would be probably really good. So I'm going to hold that down. Do this. Okay, so there's her top. How cute! This is so cute. So cute. Okay, her top is ridiculous. So cute. Like I would totally wear something like that. It's a little cheeky. Okay, I love this girl. Does she have? The only thing about giving them gold sparkly accessories is you can't like get detail on it. You can't like write on it. So like it would be just like a chunk of gold. So you wouldn't be able to really tell what it is. That is so cute. However, I could give her a gold belt. I had another piece of little paper that I was going to give the other girl as kind of like a belty piece, and then I think I went a different direction with her top. I ended up liking this a lot. So what if I do this? Like that. Is that cute or what? See, this is what makes me feel like a designer. Now I feel like I feel like I'm doing something. Okay. Awesome, Jenny. Welcome to the clubhouse. Thank you for joining, and I hope that you enjoy your experience. So if you want to understand how to navigate the clubhouse and know where everything is, there's a little side panel that says "Start Here." Whether if you're on your phone, it's I can't remember what it looks like when you're on your phone. I usually use my computer, but there's a "Start Here" when you navigate the little spaces in the clubhouse, and that will start taking you through a little gauntlet, including the roadmap, and that will explain all the spaces and what you do there, and you can even download the roadmap and print it out, so it will help you get familiar with everything. Yeah, I'm liking this gold accent too, girls. Thank you. Thank you for the encouragement. Okay, so I'm gonna drop it a little lower on her waist so it's not as high. That is so cute. Now, I can't help but feel that she's got this space right here in her top that goes across right there. So there's a little part of me that wonders, okay, not a little part, a big part that wonders, should I put a gold strip up there? Will it be too much? I don't know. Let's find out. First of all, I need to find, that's precarious. Okay, first I need to find more gold, and that's the wrong shade of gold. I might have just used my last little piece that I had laying around. Those are some stickers. You know, another fun thing you can do too when you are working on a project like this, you can use like your stamps, like your date stamps, your little sticker stamps. You can do things like that with this type of work to make it kind of fun. You can use your little your little dot markers if you want to. That was very subtle. You can't even see that. I didn't want to commit to it. I wanted to make sure I liked it first. On this top, these little, there's kind of like the pattern is already, it's really subtle. Can you see that? I'm going to make it a little more obvious with my dot marker that Kelly Anderson made me fall in love with. I'm kind of using it almost like a sponge. I'm just trying to call out like a little bit more of the pattern it already has. It has a really light little, wow, that's up close. That's up close. He zoomed in. Okay. Ooh, is this that same? This is that same stuff. Okay. Unfortunately, I don't know if that's wide enough. Let's see. Let's find out. Let me go to the widest part of this and see. I don't know if this is wide enough. Should probably aim higher. I don't think it is. Oh, so close. It's so close. But does it look good though? Just because it could doesn't mean it should. I don't think it should. I think it's a distraction. I think we'll leave it off. Now, having said that, Do we like a gold strip on her? That's very crazy. So maybe instead of this very benign strip, why don't we take this one down a notch? It's a little on the thick side. And why don't we see what it looks like with this instead? Since we know we like the strip. That looks cool. Okay, so now we need some kind of jewelry. And I feel like there needs to be something on here. This is much darker, so the white's going to show up a lot more. Let's do it very small, like that. Like a little pin point. Okay, that looks super cool. So this is the kind of stuff that I love putting on their clothes, like just the, you know, the weird, like kind of graphic-y stuff that, like office-y stuff that doesn't seem like it should be there. That seems like the fun stuff. And then I do have all of these little pieces that I cut out, like, look, a party hat. So stuff like that. Do they need party hats? They might. They might. I want them to look like they're going to the high fashion, so we don't want them to be looking silly. Sometimes I like to try different little pieces on their skirts and stuff to see if it looks cool. Oh, look, I have more party hats in here. That's fun. Like, why do I have all these little party hats? Oh, because of my the index, the Scrapture card project that I was doing, right? When we were working with Eddie. That's what happened. Okay, so I think I'm gonna stop here because I got their little or duds on, as my mom would call them. And I know I really like putting stuff in their hair, but we need to do their hair first. So I think it's time to send them to the L'Oreal makeup room, and then we'll go to the Tresemme hairstylists. So it's time to get their glow up. So let's pull out our pencils and get them going in. Let's get some color going. So this kind of like these stick like tickets and stuff like this. Sometimes I'll have like little pieces that are like foiled and stuff. Consider using stuff like this, even if you want for like accessories or their tops or clothing, like even because their clothes are kind of on the small side anyway. So think outside the box when you think about how you can dress them, and it can just make them so much fun. This is like, I'm just remembering now how much I love doing this, and why it is like such a challenge to put paper clothes on them. It is super fun. Okay, so the thing with, I have not colored with these in a really long time. And before, when I used to color, I did not have an array of colors. I had I had like 2 pencils. So this time I have colors where I can actually get a better, result. But I don't know if I know how to get, like, how to blend. So I'm going to do a test. Test. This is the delicious 32-pound paper. The only paper, the official paper of the Reset Girl. Okay, so I'm going to test it on the back. Okay, so I think I'm going to lay down one color and then see what happens if I build it up over it. Okay, so that's one possibility. The other possibility is going in. See, this is like almost red. I don't think. Let me see this one. I don't know all the tricks for coloring. I will say that coloring on 32-pound paper is actually really nice because you can kind of soften it with your finger. That paper, this 32-pound laser paper, it does not have tooth to it. It's, you know, that buttery soft. So the pencil doesn't have a lot to grip to, so it is a little bit softer and smoother, the surface of it. So that's interesting. That makes that interesting to pencil. So I'm gonna try my alcohol markers, which means I'm not going to color on this paper. I'm going to color on a different paper. Okay, I'm going to grab a sheet of 32-pound paper because I don't want to use any part of my journal to do this.
In there.
Okay. Sorry about that, friends. Woo. Okay, I'm going to try, before I set to using pencils only, I want to try a couple other options. See, I like that too. So, I don't know if you've ever tried alcohol markers, but I have really, really been liking them, especially with using pencil over the top. These ones I got on Amazon, of course. I have the camera zoomed in a lot, so it's hard to show you. So this one is Y7. So Y701. Okay, so I'm trying to find a color. So this one is one called Milk Coffee. Doesn't that sound delightful? In Y413. Has anyone bye Michelle? Has anyone used any of the alcohol markers? That is not the shade I'm looking for. I think that's a possibility. the thing about this color, so when you go really light and you put, it's almost like you're putting down a base coat, and then you can go over it and give it depth, which is what I really like. So hopefully I don't screw this up. I realize now that if I was going to get this fancy, what I should have did is I should have colored them first and then put clothes on them. Because if I mess it up, then I have done all this fancy stuff for nothing. So, but hopefully it will not be for nothing. So I'm going to go with the lighter of the two so that I can build up on her skin. So it'll be this one right here. So she'll have like a mocha, this kind of mocha color here. And then I'm going to use the pencil on top. I'm going to see how that works because I've never... Let me try it again. So the other thing I really like about alcohol marker is when it dries, it doesn't it dries very flat, which is really nice, and it doesn't do what a lot of like regular pens do, where it leaves a lot of lines. It has like a flatness to it. So I personally really like going over pencil with something, like putting something light down and then doing this. I really don't like it when it's like I feel like, I don't know, that may not be too dark. Maybe I should just try it. I know, I guess that's because I'm chicken. Because I did all this work. All right, let's do this. Just go in, Cori. Just do it. I'm going to use the other side. Ugh. I'm too scared to have it go outside the line. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go... There's some coloring channels on YouTube that are very soothing to watch if you enjoy that kind of thing. Got a little bit of ink on her skirt. Hi, Shar. I am still on. Denise says, I have the Coptic markers. The brush tip is amazing. I bet it is. I cannot justify getting myself Coptic markers because I do not craft enough to do them, to purchase them. But I totally would if I was like an you know, somebody who was doing that all the time. Crafting a lot, I would. But alas, I do not. I couldn't even justify getting the well, that's not true. They just weren't in stock. Okay, so I've got her. Now go to her neck. It's hard not to get ink on her clothing. So I have learned a lesson. Color first. But you know what it was is I wasn't planning on using the ink. I was just going to color with pencil, and then that wouldn't have been a big deal. But what I realize is that the pencil is they're more limiting. At least the ones I have. Okay, so I've gotten her colored in, and now I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna go over and give her like some of these colors are scary. I'm a little scared of them. Bonnie, what are you working on right now? Maybe you could use your late night crafty club time for some coloring. I wanted to encourage you, girls, to, if you, one of the reasons why I wanted to do the activity pages again is because I was, going to roll out this year of like crafting and being creative. And I know a lot of people feel like they're very, they feel like they're very busy and they don't really want to like bust into their craft room and bring all this stuff out. So that's why I wanted to roll out the activity pages again. Kind of like making this into like a mini playbook because I wanted there to be simple ways of getting creative in your um, simple ways of getting creative. And so that's why these activity books, the activity pages were born. I can't talk. I use this color a lot. This pencil's really worn down. So, if you want to use your time in the Late Night Crafty Club to do any of the activity pages, and that's like a really simple way of doing stuff. Like, I don't know what time it is. Let's see here, 7:05. So it's taken me a lot longer, obviously, to get these done because I was also talking. But you could spend your time with me doing some of this fun stuff, and you could just do some coloring. So I want to give her some blush. It's not going to show up on her skin. I like to put makeup on them. Did you ever put makeup on your coloring page girls when you were younger? I loved doing that. First, you had to figure out how to do it. She is so pretty. She's like a model. Okay. Now, I have these little shoes here, these little shoesies. And I feel like they need a pop of color. Like what kind of color shoes do you need? I'm going crazy here. Picking out red. I'm going red. All right. Well, thank you, Miss Bonnie. This would be a good time to, when we're all together, is to do some of to do this kind of stuff. You know, you could use it as your dedicated time. Look how pretty her face turned out with it's like she's wearing makeup. Does her neck look dirty, or does it look, I was trying to give her shadows. Hopefully I didn't make her neck look dirty. So on camera, her legs look a little different than they do in real life, by the way. I realize on camera her legs look a little different now that or at least they do on my monitor. I kind of want to give her some like raspberry shoes. She wore a raspberry beret. Kind of like to match the color of the numbers in her waistband, but they're more like the first shade that I grabbed, which is like this one called Geranium. I think it's more like this color. Woo! I was brave. See how it goes? You can see it on the back side. So I did you guys wrong on that if you happen to use alcohol markers. But you know, even with alcohol markers, that's pretty good, because if I showed you what they look like in let me demonstrate this. This is like a cheap coloring paper. This is what Amazon gives you. Okay, that's not working. That's the wrong one. That's not the right one either. Okay, I don't actually have the coloring book that I was using. Sorry. The Amazon prints it to a much lighter weight paper, and it definitely goes through big time. Okay, I'm gonna go with these. She's getting the ruby slippers. Was I just singing Raspberry Beret? Why is that song in my head? Okay. All right. Now, got this girl over here. Now, I am willing to test. I'm willing to try going a little darker with my skin tone. Now, she could go with a deeper tone. I'm a little nervous because I don't want the ink, I'm not skilled with this. I haven't learned these tools yet. Right, Bonnie? They do. You know what? To be fair to this process, I actually don't think I colored in the skin very good. I think what I was doing was just coloring. Was it this color right here? Where's the pencil I was using? Oh, shoot. I didn't pay attention to the pencil I was using. Uh-oh. Oh, and I don't see it anywhere. Oh, no. I lost the pencil. Now I don't know which pencil I was using to color her. One thing I wasn't careful to do was color it like a little circle. Like this. And that helps blend things better. I actually colored it with the grain of the marker, and that's probably no bueno. Shoot. See how it's kind of like choppy right here? I don't want to do that to her too, and then do that with an even darker color. So I feel like I should just do it with the same. Okay, I'm gonna do it with the same. Maybe I can, you know what? I'll just deepen it. Oh, how about if I be brave and just make it lighter? I feel like I can't talk because I'm concentrating. Do not ever let me color after the fact. Remind me of this. Cori, do your coloring first, girl. All right, there's one leg. And of course, she's got these little T-strappy shoes. Okay. Ooh, scary. Got these two beauties. I don't think I was able to get the darker skin tone on honeys in the past. I just did not have the right tools. So this is cool because I have these girls. They definitely needed the darker skin tone, so this is most excellent that I have these new markers. I just I did not realize I was going to be pulling them out tonight at all. I thought I would just be penciling it up, but I think the pencil just would not be the same. I think this is actually a really good way of getting, getting them a nice base coat. I think it's just a matter of finding the right shade. I don't know if I have done that well. Okay, now we're going into the face. Don't touch the lips. You know, when we were getting ready to go live, I couldn't help but notice that it wasn't completely dark outside. So I think we're getting to that time of year where it's not as dark anymore. Does her face look even? Okay, let's. Her face looks one color and her neck looks another. That's a telltale sign that someone be using too much bronzer. All right, we don't want our girl to be using too much bronzer, so let's fix her coloring. Plus, we want to give her the face like she's got, you know, shadows and cheekbones and all that stuff. I don't know if I can attempt to do that with my pencil. I did an okay job over here, but if I actually knew what I was doing, I could do a better job. Her face is just looking. Maybe what I should do is just deepen her whole skin tone. Just make her a darker complexion. Deeper, darker complexion. Okay, and then if I give her this darker hair. Okay, so next Friday we have, what time is it? Okay, so next Friday we have a Late Night Crafty Club. And I'm probably going to pull out some trivia questions too. Because I think that game that we played on our little New Year's soiree, I think that was a lot of fun. So I think I'm going to pull out some of those on our next Late Night Crafty Club. And then you just bring your little sassy self and we will get our crafting on. There you go. Oh, Bonnie's got a new cute little binder for her printouts. Thank you, Miss Bonnie, for supporting our shop. Thank you to everyone who bought their little crafty journal, who joined the membership. I appreciate that so much. I'm going to give her some luscious lips. There we go. I'm not sure if these are like solid shoes or like those. I don't think those are supposed to be her feet, but those are very interesting shoes. Because like, what are they attached to? There's like a little strip right there. Very interesting. Now they could go kind of like green because she's got green in her little. Maybe a little bit darker. So, do we have a game plan that when you guys come back to the Late Night Crafty Club next Friday night, you'll be bringing something to craft with? Your choice, crafter's choice, and something to sip. You'll be coming in your little jammies. Interesting. Interesting shoes. I'm not sure. Okay, this is. I'm just gonna color them in. I think they look strange with the white. Her feet aren't showing, so they're not like, at first I thought they were like little T-strap sandals, little shoesies, but her feet aren't showing in them, so I like them. So ladies were so matchy back in the day, like she would have totally had a little teal bag right now, right? That was the thing, matchy, but I don't want to give her a matchy bag. Ray says she's working on her January pages. Shelly says, I'm loving the colors. Me too. I am too. I'm like really loving how this turned out. Actually, like really like these shoes. What should I do for this bag? I can't call this complete until I have resolved this bag. She's not walking around with a white bag. Margaret says she loves matchy. I mean, it would be proper for the era because women did do this. We cannot deny that. Look how much they had to like break women of that habit. By the time we have become older ladies, they have had to break us of that habit because we were doing that when we were younger, is wearing the matching shoes and the matching bag. I wouldn't dream of doing that now, and a lot of us wouldn't. But, and no shade if you like a matchy look. I'm just saying this is something that the fashion industry has said is like, that's not the thing anymore. Oh, oh, please don't get this on the skirt. Okay, we're good. All right. Hi, Teresa. Thank you. It's so interesting looking at the honey on camera because it looks so different in real life. Okay, so one thing I'm going to try to do, and I hope I don't jack this up, but okay, I'm practicing on this honey because it's a lot more evident. I'm trying to brighten up. Okay, do you guys remember when I talked to you about the crafting glasses with the 6+6 lenses? Because you can really see detail with them. I mean, but you literally have to like hold it up to like this much. I'm trying to see if I can get more white around her eye. Because her eye was looking a little dull. Good day, sunshine. Good day. Okay, so one more thing I want to do is, I don't know if this will be successful, is I want to see if I can, it might be too late. Yeah, it's too late with that. I'll have to do it next time beforehand. I was trying to add some highlights, but you kind of have to do it beforehand because now it's too late. I love her outfit. I love their makeup too. Is there like a blending tool for, I think wax pencils is a little trickier. I know I have a blender, but it's for what do you call that? The lead pencil. Hmm. I'm missing a pencil and I wonder if it's the pencil that it's the lighter shade. I feel like I'm kind of going over her skin with the wrong pencil. Yeah, Bonnie, they're 6. So we got them on Amazon. Mark got them for he got them for doing stickers, believe it or not, because when you're peeling off the stickers off the sheet, he wanted to be able to see really precisely where peeling off some of like the little bits and stuff. So he got like a pack of them and I got a pair and they are fantastic for crafting. But like I said, like painting and stuff, but you just have to be able to like, hold something really close to your face. Otherwise you can't see it because it's so magnified. But boy, if you do any kind of like needlepoint or painting or anything where you need to see detail, they are scrumptious. They really are. I used them a lot when I was doing all that painting in the mini me workshop, painting all the detail on the little dolls. If you make jewelry, they're wonderful for that. Okay, I forgot the fact that I hadn't really colored her in. Am I? Okay. All right. I think I have done a full dress the honey. And look how long it took me. It took me the entire time we've been together. I took a little break in the beginning to talk to you and my little commercial. But giving her some luscious mocha skin. There we go. If I had it to do over again, I would have done something a little different with her hair. I would have, because I thought about it when I was doing it, but I didn't realize I couldn't undo it. I would have given her some highlights. I love doing highlights in their hair, but it's a little hard. Maybe I can do it with the black pencil. Let me see. You can always go darker. You just can't go lighter. There, I got a low lights and highlights things going on. Plus the black gives you that whole shadows effect too, like closer to her face, which is nice because that gives you depth. There we go. I did manage to get a little bit more done on her hair. So now she's got some depth. So adding some extra pencil shading. So can you imagine having a whole book of honeys that you could do this with? Would that just not be the most magnificent thing ever? Let me know. Give me a yes if you would love a honey book. Dress the honey book. Yeah, that's way better. Actually, I could do the same thing with her. So first we'll do it around her face because you want to show depth, like that, those shadows that kind of show up around your face, around where your hair is touching you. And then I think it would be so fun. It'd be fun to do a whole like YouTube series on it too. Okay. Because it is like, it's like doing a little fashion class. How cute is that? We got a whole beep beep toot toot thing going on over here. I have no shame. No shame. But you know what? It is okay. You are allowed to toot toot and beep beep your own horn. So if you want to put in the clubhouse tonight in the craft studio what you worked on, take a pic and let us know what you did. Mark and I are going to set up a space on the platform that we use for the clubhouse, and we're going to make a space for the Late Night Crafty Club so that you can share what you made. It's going to be a free space, but people who are members of the Late Night Crafty Club that want to share what we made. What did you make in the Late Night Crafty Club? We're going to get that done very soon. And that way we can behold what we've been up to. I need to figure out how to make their legs smoother. That will be my job. How do you see, her neck looks good on camera. It looks more shadowed, but their legs, not as much. Not a fan of the legs. Gotta figure that out. But I appreciate you coming to Late Night Crafty Club tonight, my friends. And thank you for hanging out with me and dressing my friends, the honeys. This is probably my favorite honeys I've ever made. And that's coming back in the saddle after multiple years, many years. When's the last time we released the summer of 2019? The summer of 2020 was the last playbook that was released with of a honey. So that's a long time. And now look, me and my girls hanging out on a Friday night. So thank you, you lovely girls. All right. Well, Bonnie, I agree. I have looked myself. I have something fun. I do have a coloring book concept that I haven't seen anybody else do. So it's something I think our little community would love. But I agree with you. There is one thing that's a little similar to Dollhouse. It's was it called Tiny Corners or Small Corners or something like that? If you look for the word corners, they're like little homes that look, they're kind of dollhousey. Until someone comes along and makes a dollhouse, but they're a little close. So, but I think it would be fun to do some coloring. So maybe we could do, bring your markers and your coloring pages to Late Night Crafty Club, and we'll do some coloring. It's very therapeutic, very, very simple. And you don't have to get a bunch of craft supplies out if that's too much for you. It was kind of too much for me tonight. So that's why I was like, I'm just going to do a honey because that's going to be really, really easy. And now that I've done one, I'm like, oh, I've been bitten by the bug. So don't be surprised if you see another one. All right. I love your little faces, you guys. I missed you terribly, so I'm so happy to see so many of you join me. And I will be back here again next Friday, and I hope to see your little face and see what you make in the Late Night Crafty Club. Until then, take care of yourself, and I will see you very soon. I love you so much. Mwah. Bye, everybody.
Gather round, it's Friday night. Time for crafts and pure delight. Paper, scissors, let's get started. With vintage tape, we'll be wholehearted. Every honey deserves her day in the sun. With enamel dots, we're ready for fun. Layer in circles and punch stars too. In the Late Night Crafty Club, it's all for you. Glue sticks ready, let's make a plan. Planners in the office, supplies in hand. Honey half-season, whimsy arrows, crafting magic like true heroes. Every honey deserves her day in the sun. With enamel dots, we're ready for fun. Layer in circles and punch stars too. In the Late Night Crafty Club, it's all for you. Doodads and gumballs, let's create a scene. Join the club where we live our dreams. So grab your scissors and come along. Together we'll craft and sing our song. Every honey deserves her day in the sun. With enamel dots, we're ready for fun. Layer in circles and punch stars too. In the Late Night Crafty Club, it's all for you. It's all for you. Slip into jammies, grab something to sip. Stickers and golden scissors, let's take a crafty trip. The playbook's open with listers got a list. In this crafty paradise our dreams coexist. Every honey deserves her day in the sun. With enamel dots, we're ready for fun. Layer in circles and punch stars too. In the Late Night Crafty Club, it's all for you. It's all for you. Cards and pockets display our creativity. 32-pound paper, so smooth and buttery. Scraps your cards, help your ideas flow. What will you make during the Late Night Crafty Show? Hearts and pockets display our creativity. 32-pound paper, so smooth and buttery. Scraps your cards, help your ideas flow. What will you make during the Late Night Crafty Show?